Hello. Gordon Bennett. I've sat down to make this intro. I'm here. My cup of tea is over there. I'll have to go and get it. There we go, that's better. So, if you're a follower of mine, you'll know some of what I'm about to tell you, but I'm going to back it up, hopefully, with a practical demonstration. I say hopefully, fingers crossed. At the back end of every year, and you'll be the same as me, as we move into autumn, you've harvested all your vegetables, you're growing in buckets, you've turned your buckets out, and you've these small piles of soil or compost. You're a bit uncertain what to do with it. It's got to go somewhere. I put mine straight back in the bucket. You'll know that if you follow this channel. It goes straight back in the bucket. Because I'm not going to use it again the following year. It's got to go somewhere. Back in the buckets as tidy as anywhere. And then I cover it with a layer of chop and drop. Which is usually seaweed and leaves. That's a green and brown mix that I collect in autumn. And probably the last grass cuttings of the year, that'll go on there as well. So I'll put the soil back in the bucket. It'll be 1 inch or 2 off the top, and then we cap it off with a layer of this chop and drop. I think I've got a video up called Smallest Compost Pile in the World. If you want to check on that, you'll see how I do it. But that's what I do. And that's in autumn. And it's now the last winter month, and we're just about to move into spring. So that soil with that chop and drop on it has been in those buckets through autumn, through winter. So it's nearly been in there 6 months, I would imagine, just sitting. And that's where the magic takes place. That's where the magic takes place. We're composting. We're actually doing nothing through those months to help this procedure, because we're letting the wind and the rain and the snow and the ice and the frost, they take the strain, they break it down. It's sitting on top, fully exposed to the elements. Some days it's wet, some days it's dry, some days it's warmer than others. Most days it's cold because it's winter, it's autumn, it's winter. And we let the elements break it down, and there's only one place it can go if it breaks down, and that's into the soil in that bucket. And waiting for it in that soil, in that garden soil, are garden worms. Yeah, I've never taken them out, so they must be in there. Now then, a measure of good soil generally is whether it has a population of worms in there, how many worms are in there. If the soil's healthy and provided there's a food source, the worms will stay exactly where they are. Why would they go anywhere else? They'll stay exactly where they are. And I think I've termed this in previous videos free range vermiculture. Well, they are free range. If they want to go, they can go. If they want to stay, they can stay. There's no lid on there. So provided the soil is healthy, provided there's a food source, those worms will live in that soil for that 6 months. They won't leave. And that soil is just getting better and better and better. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn out some buckets, maybe one, maybe two, I don't know, depends how it goes, and we're going to see if there are any worms in there. Yeah, we're going on a worm hunt. Now these buckets are likely to be wet because they've stood out for 6 months, and these last few weeks we've had lots of rain. So I'll need to get my gloves. Not that I'm frightened of picking worms up, I just don't want to get my hands covered in mud. And we'll see how many worms we've got in those buckets. Now if the soil's healthy, there'll be worms. If the soil isn't healthy, there'll be no worms. How about that? Are you up for this? Are you up for a worm hunt? Okay, in case I forget to say this before I sign out, I'm not expecting to kill any worms in this demonstration. No, I'm not. They've been doing all the hard work for me through autumn, through winter. We need to look after them. We don't want to be killing them. Okay, let's go. I know you're up for it. I know you're up for it. We're going on a worm hunt. Come on. Well, there you have it. The accommodation was good, the food was good, happy worms, healthy soil. And as promised, no worms were killed in the making of this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.